Hello, it's Enchantress Shane, the founder of the Awkward Academy. All right, ready? This is about your genius and your inner critic. And we're going to be talking about this tonight in the Pussy Power Hour in the Awkward Enchanted Coven. But if you're not there, then here you go. No interaction from you, but at least you get to get the goods. So, what I want to say about your genius, so if you're watching me, you're probably a sensitive, awkward, insecure, stuff comes up, socially anxious person. And so here's what happens is your genius is something that's unique and special. And because it's genius, it makes other people uncomfortable when you talk about it, when you think about it, when you act on it, because it's easier for other people if you are the same, if you stay in your box. So once you get out of that box and you share your genius, it makes people uncomfortable. As a sensitive, creative, magical, empathic genius, you don't want to make people uncomfortable. You don't want to be noticed. You want to hide. You want to stay safe, fly below the radar, do your crafts, create your shit, and don't make waves. So you can see where this shit hits the fan and it's like a constant genius makes people uncomfortable. Most, I would say all sensitive beings avoid discomfort because it feels like confrontation in your body. So sensitive people stay safe, stay in the box in order to be comfortable. And you know what? In that box, you are feeling stifled and stuck and lost. So I always bring it back to the inner teenager. There's two kinds of inner teenagers. There's the inner critic, the one that's like constantly ashamed, feeling stupid, trying to make mommy or daddy proud. She should have like followed the directions, showed up on time, all the things, wants to be safe, not really feeling understood. And then there's the badass, the rebel, the one that's like, fuck you, I'm going to do things my way. And she likes to make waves, but she also is very impulsive. And she also gets in trouble. And she also is out to prove herself. And so sometimes it's very clear which teenager you are, or sometimes it's a little bit of both, but they're both really uncomfortable in their own skin. And so whether you're the kind of teenager that's hiding or you're the kind of teenager that's acting out so that nobody even comes close, both of those are helping you to cope and avoid sharing your genius in the world. And that sucks. And it's actually very selfish in the worst way, because your genius is actually here to help somebody else. So it's time to befriend your inner teenager. And if you don't know what that is, it is not your actual teenage experience. It doesn't have to be. But it's how the inner teenager experience landed, stayed, and grew in your body so that her fears, which are your fears, stayed with you. Those experiences that you had as a teenager start to show up as your grown-up self, but they manifest in ways that are not likely joyful because they are very needy, they are very impulsive, they are very righteous, and they are very misunderstood. And so if you have activated those parts in you, you'll be able to tell in your life because you'll feel really stuck. You'll feel really uncomfortable. You'll feel lost. So think about teenagers. They're not like, hey, I love you. Thank you so much for helping me. Thank you for listening. They're like, ugh, leave me alone. I mean, you know I'm obsessed with the inner teenager because when she shows up and runs the show, it's no good. I could go on and on about that. I'll give you one example. I don't even know what it is yet. Ooh. So that's my inner teenager who loves procrastinating. She loves the pressure of the last minute storytelling. Come up with something right now. Wait for the last minute. Do I pride myself on that? No. Did I write down a note that I didn't look at? Yes. So little by little, we can unwind our inner teenager. My inner teenager is a rebel. She is wild and free and doesn't give a shit. That was not my teenage experience. My actual teenage experience was painfully awkward, super introverted, super shy, super hiding, really uncomfortable, and like angry and sad and like closed off to the world. That's what I look like. My hair was big in my face. But now my inner teenager is showing up and acting out because me, didn't have that wild rebel experience. She wanted to, but she didn't get the chance. She didn't give herself that. So if there's an inner teenager in you that never got a chance to be seen, to be crazy, to be wild, to be slutty, to be whatever, she might be trying to do that now. Or your shyness, your quietness, your keeping yourself small, that might still be the way you acted if somebody who was older than you or cooler than you or better looking than you, whatever you deemed them as, took some power from you, or you gave them some power. They're going to keep you playing small. They're going to make your inner critic right. They're going to keep your genius fucking buried. And that is shitty. It's so shitty that sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I think about women that wanted to work with me and they didn't give it to themselves because they chose to stay in that coping mechanism. Ugh! Anyway, and then I released them. So if you're interested in working with me, send me a message, fill out the application, and let's see if this is going to be a good fit. It is my honor and privilege to take women across the threshold of self-worth, to bring worth to your ideas, to bring worth to your quirkiness, and to bring light, like to shine the light on your genius. There are people in this world that are absolutely waiting for it. Anyway, if you feel inspired, let me hear from you. And if you just want to join in a shy way, you could do that too. Join us in the Awkward Enchanted Coven, where we meet Monday nights for the Pussy Power Hour at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And get involved, show up, make your live videos in there. Thursday is Go Live Thursday, and it's an opportunity to play in the laboratory where you could mess up, you could feel stupid, you could feel awkward, and it's still okay. And sometimes it's even amazing. All right, signing off. Enchantress Shane here. Peace.